This week we are traveling from Madison, Wisconsin up to Green Bay, Wisconsin for the Packers versus the Lions in probably the coldest and wettest combined football game I've ever been to. And that's saying something because I've been to a lot of cold games at Lambeau. But before we head up to Green Bay, we are stopping at a Madison institution for some breakfast. Before we get going on our way up to Lambeau, we're going to stop at a Wisconsin institution. Right across from the field house, it's Mickey's Dairy Bar. Breakfast.
Always.
And it is literally right across. You can see the field house right there. It is across from Camp Randall, so right off of Monroe Street. I haven't been here in probably 3 decades.
Let's go eat some breakfast and get coffee.
We are in the car because it's officially raining, which is kind of crappy. But we're still going to have a good time at the game. But it is supposed to be meh weather. So Mickey's Dairy Bar. Apparently you live here now.
I do. And believe it or not, it's not for the blueberry pancake. Although the blueberry pancake was delicious. And I can't say it's like the best pancake I've ever had, but it was real food. It was really good. But the malt, that is why I live here now. I got to have a chocolate malt for breakfast.
So we didn't start that way.
No, we didn't.
She got blueberry pancakes and a side of scrambled eggs. I got what they're famous for. It's called a scrambler. It is essentially breakfast potatoes, which they call Yanks, sausage, 3 eggs, so much cheese, gravy, all the things.
It's kind of like an omelet where you can pick what is in it, like the meat
Right.
and some of that stuff.
But at the same time, too, it's also all just on a big pile.
It was really good, too.
With a side of toast. So
I really like that. I haven't had anything quite like that.
yeah, no, it was very, very good. And then we saw cinnamon rolls. Actually, you saw coffee cake, but it was cherry coffee cake, and that's not kind of our jam.
Yeah.
Then it moved to cinnamon rolls, but the cinnamon rolls was like, it was kind of just like, okay, we'll do it, but it's fine. We're going to get it to go.
It looked good, but not life-changing.
And then the people next to us got a chocolate malt, or shake or something. And for once, it wasn't me going, we should get one of those. So we got one. Kind of ate some of it there, most of it to go.
You know, ice cream's my love language.
So, all in all, if you're going to come to Madison, or if you happen to be in Madison, check out Mickey's Dairy Bar. Just know, not very big. I mean, it was built in like
46.
46. And so it's very small. Not a lot's changed in there, except for hopefully some like cooking surfaces in the back. But check it out. Just know it gets very busy, and if there's no real waiting area, so you have to wait outside. So on a day like today, where it's kind of rainy and meh, that could be a little bit of a problem. The earlier you get there, the better off you are.
And maybe the most important thing, things that have not updated, they are still cash only. No credit cards of any kind taken. But there is an ATM inside.
Yep. All right. Now that I'm ready for my nap after my, I can feel it like stuck right here, the scrambler. But now we need to start driving because we are meeting a buddy of ours that's coming up for the game as well. His first time at Lambeau. And we're going to go to the Brewery. We have made it to Lambeau Field, and the weather is amazing. And by amazing, I mean awful. So we're gonna leave this camera here. Also, Andy's here again.
How's it going?
His rig's still pretty. We're gonna leave the camera here and go to phones because I don't want to damage the camera. Also, I don't even know if I can even take this little guy in to the stadium. I know there's no way I could take the big camera. So let's go find a spotted cow and a bra.
I'm good with that.
You're going to need the canoe to get there. Who brought their canoe?
I think Lauren's the only one that wore waterproof shoes too. So I might be moist later.
I wore them through the airport for this purpose.
Okay, let's go up to the field. Well, I'm in a different shirt in a different location than Lambeau Field, so I wanted to kind of level with you. We were miserable. The weather was not good in Wisconsin. So here's my few takeaways from the game at Lambeau. And I love going to Packer games, and I love going to Lambeau Field. So, one, Andy, I'm sorry it was not better weather for you coming up, but we really appreciate you coming up and hanging out with us. It was way better than accidentally selling our extra ticket to a Lions fan, because that would have been miserable, more miserable. Two, it got cold and wet, and my jacket that I had on was not waterproof. So as it got more wet throughout the game under the poncho, I became so much colder that I couldn't stop shaking. And that's when Lauren finally said, you got to go out of the rain for a little bit. And so, three, the Lambeau Field atrium is amazing because that's where we went for about the second half of the fourth quarter. And we were able to just kind of not be in the rain for 5 seconds, and they had the heat on, so it was warmer in there. So that was great. Two, try to stay somewhere near Lambeau Field. If you go up there, we had about a 2.5, which turned into about a 4-hour drive back because of all the traffic. So, but we made it back to Madison very late last night. We got the amazing food known as Arby's at a gas station, in which, if you do Love's truck stops, you know what I'm talking about. So that's where we had dinner last night. We just kind of ate and kept driving. There was a lot of traffic coming out. But what's on tap for the rest of this video? Well, we're still here in Madison. As you can tell, it's still not a great weather day. But we are packing up at my parents' condo, cleaning some stuff, running some sheets that we used through the washer so that we leave it the way we found it, if not better. And then Lauren found... I don't even know what it's called, but we're going to go into Milwaukee, and she found some stuff that we're going to go do before our flight, and we're hoping, because there's severe weather back in Texas, that our flight doesn't get messed up. So that could turn into a little bit of an adventure as well. In case you're curious about the difference in us, so you can't see, but I have shorts on and a pullover. Now, I do have a coat sitting over there that I'm going to put on when we're going to be outside a little longer, but I hate driving and that stuff. Mm-hmm. Lauren has on ski jacket.
With a sweater built into it. So it's 2 jackets in one. And insulated boots.
And I just have tennis shoes on. So.
I don't like to be cold.
Well, this is officially the end of Madison for us. And I don't know, I'm assuming we'll probably be back next summer sometime to visit my parents, assuming they come up again. But So, what's on tap for, what are we going to do next?
Surprises. Imagine that. Or food.
In all fairness, we didn't really have breakfast this morning, so we just had a couple of cups of coffee because we ate so late yesterday. So, but we are going to head into Milwaukee and explore, apparently, food. So we have come down to the historic 3rd Ward district of downtown, and this is going to be the Public Market, which is an assortment of shops and food and other things that I don't completely understand yet. The place we've chosen to go eat lunch is actually in an annex building, which across the way from the main market, but it's right here in comparison to the Public Market being right there. We parked just back over there a little bit too, so not too far, and it smells amazing. So we ended up having lunch at Benelux Grand Cafe. I don't know why I said it that way, but that's how I said it. So we got a few things and we split them. So I ordered a Bangkok burger, which had essentially a peanut Thai sauce on it and a like a sriracha mayo. It was really good. The burger itself was great. You can always taste when a little bit more care goes into cooking something, and the ingredients just being good. We also got I thought it was going to be like tachos. It was not. So I'm going to let Lauren describe that.
So we started with the Lux tots. And so, like he said, we thought it would be like a tacho situation, and it wasn't. They were like fried individual tots, I guess. They were so good, so good.
Cheese and
Think about like a
stuff.
fried macaroni and cheese bite, but it was tater tot instead. And there was cheese and bacon in there, and there was a sriracha mayo that was on the side that was really good. Kind of made the dish in that. And then I got the jalapeno popper grilled cheese, which is exactly what it sounds like it should be, and it tasted exactly like it should be. Did that, and then just a small cup of tomato soup because it's cold and that's cozy. Don't mix those two together. The tomato soup and the jalapeno popper just go well together.
Normally, grilled cheese
Yeah.
and a tomato soup is iconic, but
because it was jalapeno popper version, don't mix them. But individually, they were both very good and tasted hearty and just like what they're marketed to be. It was delicious.
all right, what are we going to do next?
Dessert.
Are we really? Because you didn't seem all that keen on it 3 minutes ago.
You said I could put it in my luggage, and that way I can have it at any point today.
That's true. Well, I wouldn't put a cupcake in there, but yeah. Well, you can do whatever you want. Let me rephrase that. None of my stuff's in your bag.
That's right.
We are officially done at the public market area. We have about 2 hours before we have to be at the airport for our flight home. So we are going to stop at something called Mobcraft Brewery. I don't know anything about it besides the name. Okay, so we made it to Mobcraft Brewery, and they get their name. I assumed the name came from like mob, like the mob. I mean, we're in the Midwest, you know? But Lauren did a little research, and what she found out was they crowdsource a lot of the beers that they make. And by a lot, I think almost all of them, if not all of them. So mob came from like a mob of people, not a mob like gangsta. Did I get that right?
That's my understanding.
That's our understanding. Let's go drink beer in the middle of the day. Just wrapped up at the bar place.
Mobcraft.
We just wrapped up at Mobcraft Brewery. I'm gonna get mine out of the way because it's simpler.
Yeah.
I had a vanilla wafer porterhouse.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a steak.
It was really good.
I had the vanilla wafer porter, which is a really, really dark beer. I'm a big fan of porters if they're done right.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. It tasted more like a porter than the vanilla. I got a little hint of it, but it was good.
He made a happy face when he drank it, so that's usually a good thing. I had a flight because I don't like to make decisions. I like to try them all. And so I had my first IPA. I'm not a big IPA fan, apparently. But it was good. I'm sure it was good for what it was, but I'm apparently not an IPA fan.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 lagers and a cider, which I knew I would like those, and they were all very, very tasty. Mine was very, very blonde. His was very, very chocolate milk.
Black?
No, darker than chocolate milk.
Darker than that, yeah. So, really cool place. I like the way they do their beers, their selections. I like the vibe inside. They had food, which we did not try because we're still full.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, right over there is the Harley Davidson Museum. So if you're over there, you can come over here. We didn't eat any food because we're still full from, well, you saw why.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, if you're over there at the museum or just looking for something to come do, I'd definitely come check out Mobcraft Brewery.
Cool place to hang out and some games to play too.
All right, so what's next? That's a great question. We're hoping a smooth flight back to Texas.
It's questionable at best.
It's already been delayed once, and so you might see a little more. You might see a video on Chaos. We might be telling you bye right now.
To be determined.
Yeah, but if we don't see you anymore, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned till next week. We've got some fun stuff coming.
That's it. All right. Bye, Mom.